The news summary, good evening. The Tourism Department will be putting a temporary halt on granting change of use applications starting from the 1st of August until December 2024. This follows the results of a carrying capacity study on Mahé and Praslin showing a substantial increase in people converting certain accommodation into self-catering establishments. In a press conference held this morning, the Principal Secretary for Tourism, Shirin Francis, said her department is maintaining the decision not to build large hotels or additional establishments in the north of Mahé. She added that they are encouraging diversification of tourism products, emphasizing on other projects not related to accommodation.
We have seen a fast growth in supplies of rooms in the self-catering categories. The department is receiving about 3 applications a week, dwelling house and block of flats, asking for change of use to tourism accommodation. That will allow us time to be able to set up new parameters for change of use, so that once we reopen in after 2024, it will be with new guidance. Bouvalon is seen to be very oversaturated with establishments, and there are resulting environmental degradations happening as a result of that. And any projects in the pipeline will carry on, or if it involves rehabilitation of existing or redevelopment of existing tourism sites or derelict tourism sites. Other recommendations that has been approved is because it's been seen that our touristic hotspot and certain of our beaches are already reaching the level of overcrowdedness. It is necessary that we develop a visitor use management plan to be able to disperse tourists on the island, removing them from the beaches, for example, and sending them to the community, to on the trails, to the mountains, to do other kind of leisure activities. And this is where it's very important that we push with the product diversification agenda, that we are able to have more leisure and entertainment activities in Seychelles to disperse tourists on the island. It's important also that we do move forward with the strategic accommodation development plan, because at current we know there is an optimal that if we go above, it would be to the greater, it would be to a detriment to our environment, to our industry in general.
The minister responsible for agriculture, Flavien Joubert, says the first consignment of 342 tons of animal feed from South Africa is due to arrive in the country in mid-August. Minister Joubert made the statement in his answer to a question by the MNA for Anse-Royal, Sylvane Lemiel, during yesterday's session of the National Assembly. Mrs. Lemiel wanted to know why the decision to import animal feed had not materialized and whether prices will go down. Minister Joubert said initially the Department of Agriculture held talks with 3 local producers of animal feed, urging them to lower their prices. This proved fruitless, and it compelled the government to buy animal feed from South Africa through the Seychelles Trading Company. Minister Joubert said it was not the government's intention to compete with local producers of animal feed. What the government is doing, he said, is to try and spur competition in this sector. The National Assembly has also approved a motion that is asking the government and all its strategic partners to seriously consider putting in place a plan and all necessary mechanisms so as that from January 2025, the public sector and parastatal companies can do all financial transactions through electronic platforms. The motion was brought by MNA for Montbixton, When presenting the motion this morning, Gervais Henry emphasized on the benefits of doing financial transactions online. Among them were to eliminate administrative costs and risks of fraud, corruption, and money laundering when doing those transactions, better management of public funds, and to reduce risk of potential illegal activities, amongst others. However, there were concerns from some members on if the infrastructure and the legal frameworks will be in place by then to facilitate the transformation and how to get public to accept. There are proposals to sensitize the public on financial issues, including digital economy, that the government is promoting. The addition of extra lanes to the stretch of road from Montfleury Secondary School to International School will be completed by the end of October. The project is expected to relieve traffic jams in the district, especially during peak hours. For several years, Montfleury has been problematic in terms of flow of traffic on the main route to town. The district that houses schools and workplace is a bit busy in peak hours. Seychelles and 39 other COMESA member states are being encouraged to join in the development of the air transport sector in Africa. During a two-day workshop, representatives from the local civil aviation field, such as Air Seychelles, Seychelles Civil Aviation Authority, and from the tourism and trade sectors, were briefed on the benefits to join the initiative. Only 13 COMESA countries have signed the agreement. It was the Minister for Transport, Anthony Dejac, who officially launched this workshop that was held at the Berjaya Bouvalampe Hotel. The workshop was funded by the European Union.
It is high time now that we need to step up and create this awareness so that member states know the importance of this very, very ready niche product that we can use to stimulate our economies.
What are these benefits?
The benefits transcend across a wide scope of our spectrum. You're looking at the hinterland of Africa, for instance. There are a lot of resources, okay? But in this, a lot of resources, there are no industries, okay? We have not created industries. We are just exporting raw materials. But if we created industries inland, then we create jobs. We are looking at what other African states may be having. For instance, you could be having a state where you think their education system is better. So why don't we leverage on that and send our people to such states within Africa to gain education instead of sending them abroad, whereby we are using a lot of money and resources. Look at our agricultural products. Where do we refine them? We refine them outside the continent. But if we could do them within the continent, again, we create that. So that's the reason why you find the African Agenda 2063 has got those 15 flagships. One of them is create free movement of people. And you've seen most of the heads of states liberalizing or removing visa restrictions. They are in the auspices of creating that environment.
A group of workers from the Seychelles Revenue Commission, SRC, did a tree planting activity on the Curious Island during the weekend. They planted several trees which adapt well to the coast, since Curious is facing a lot of coastal erosion at the moment. An SRC officer, Frederica Fabian, says this activity has brought them closer and as a team, and they did that to give back to the community.
The Seychelles Revenue Commission has mobilized some staff officers all over Praslin, Mai and Lade to come and assist in every way that we can. Our main activities today is for planting some mangroves and some other plants that help to protect the borderline for the erosion issue that we are facing. SRC itself is not there only to collect money, collect taxes, but we are here also to help and assist the environment in every way that we can, climate change, for the sustainability of the environment, to make sure that we are living in a safe and that our environment that we are contributing towards is not only in terms of money and cash, but also in every way that we can.
That's it for the news summary. We'll be back at 8 for the Creole News Bulletin. Bye for now.